Hey friends, it's Gwen and I'm back with another YouTube video for you today. Today's share is actually a very special one. It's a collaboration that we're doing with Spiegel Mum Scraps. So cut to you, my cut file shop, and my design team are going to be collaborating all month with the lovely girls at Spiegel Mum Scraps. And we're going to highlight a very new product for you, which I'll get into in a moment. But as part of that, the lovely Jodie asked us if we wanted, she was going to send us this new product, and she said, you know, while I'm sending you these new products, is there anything else that you would like? And I said, well, actually, Jodie, yes, there is, all the things. So yes, I did add quite a few things to my cart because I did want to save. She was sending this anyway, so to add these goodies to my cart and get them shipped all in the one bundle seemed like a really good deal to me. And I was actually surprised. I meant to write it down. I thought that the shipping would be quite expensive just because in my mind I was like America to Australia, but it was really, really reasonable. So I don't know whether she gets a really good deal with her shipping or whether it's because the items are pretty light and not very bulky, but it wasn't nearly as much as I thought it would be. So it was well worth it to pick up these goodies that I can't get here. So what I thought I'd do is do a quick unboxing of the extra things. Then I'll talk to you about the foil product that we're going to be highlighting this month. And then once I've done all of that, I'm going to get creating and show you my process. So first up, what to start? I'll start with the sequin mixes. Spiegel Mum Scraps has a bunch of divine sequin mixes, and they're all ones that like we just don't get here. So I did take the opportunity to kind of get pretty much one of everything that she had in the store. And I have popped them on this little jump ring. They come in the best packaging ever for people like me who like things organized. They actually come in a little Ziploc baggie like that with the name of them. So this one's Cold Days Ahead. And it does have, they've got really cute little quotes on the back. Each one has a different quote on the back. It's really sweet. But I like that they all have jump rings, like the little holes for the jump rings, and they're all like they all click seal. So you can like work with them and then pop them all back in here, pop them on a jump ring, and then store them with your other goodies. So I did get quite a few. This one, Gold Days Ahead, I liked the snowflakes and the white, like white, silvery white, you know, always very flexible color. I did get, I'll go through them quickly. What I'll do too is I will leave a link to the Spiegel Mum Scraps shop in my description box below. Excuse me. So you can go and check them all out yourself too. So this one is called Lavender Field. It's a real mix of like purple and yellow. I'm not sure that I would use both of those colors together, but I like purple now. I know, who even am I? But I actually like purple when scrapbooking, and I thought if not, I would just use the purple separately and then maybe use the yellow separately. So there's those. The thing is too, you'll see in a minute, maybe this one's a good one. This one's called Strawberry Dream, and if you can see there's like tiny little sweet strawberry elements. So the sequin mixes that she has in the shop aren't just your everyday regular sequins. They've always got, you know, like little cute elements, something a bit different, like these ones that are flat that don't have the hole in the center, and then of course the snowflakes. Yeah, and I just love the mix of them, how she mixes and matches all the colors. So yeah, this one's called Strawberry Dream. And then we've got Touch of Sun. So this is pretty. It's like light blue, dark blue, and yellow. Love that. There's this one called Dolphin Cove. I hope you can see these. So there's cute little dolphins in this one, but then lots of shades of blue and white. So I really love that. There's this one, Flamingo Bay. Really like the tone, the pink and the seashells. Really, really cute. I thought this is going to be great for summer layouts. So I'm really, really loving that, Flamingo Bay. There's this one too. This one's another favorite. This one's called Storybook, and I love the combination of like the darker pinky peach and the lighter pinky peach and the blues, and it's got cute little, I don't know whether you can see that, I hope you can, cute little flower. I also got the Modern Holiday. I love the bigger ones in this, and the clear, really cute, really cute, love that. And the navy too, actually. This one's called Baby Stella, and it has the tiniest little baby bunnies. I'm gonna stand up just to check. Oh yeah, you can see, I hope you can see. Yeah, cutest little baby bunny little shapes. More blues. This one had more of those clear elements in it, but they've actually like they're water drops, so that's kind of cool. And I liked how it had the bigger elements as well. That one's called Oceanfront. Did I say that? I'm not sure. And lucky last, Penguin Suit. So that's a real mix of blacks and grays and whites. So love all of those. And they are just going to sit, so they just come with there's a little hole. I think I had to punch a hole in maybe one or two of them. And they just all sit on this jump ring here. And I will keep them all together so that I know that all of my Spiegel Mum Scrap special sequins are all together. So yeah, love those. Now I also was feeling very brave, if anyone knows me, and thought I would get a couple of their Pigment Splash kits. So this one is called Pretty in Pink, and this one is Winter Woodland. So I'll do a little quick show you of this. The reason I got this, couple of things, shimmers, and I know some of you are saying, but Gwen, you don't do mixed media. I don't, but if I'm ever going to do mixed media, if ever I do it on my layouts, I have found that I'm really drawn to the shimmers products. I really like, yeah, I really like how they shine. I like the way that they work on the page. So I was like, you know what? And in Australia, they're not that hard. They're not that easy to come by. So I just thought it's another opportunity to get a couple more. I do have quite a few in my stash. But yeah, just to get a couple more to add and to hopefully use, I don't know, 2021, let's see. So yes, this is the Winter Woodland little kit, and you've got the concrete colorings spray, which is nice, and that's like a real, it looks like a grayish, a shiny silvery gray, very nice. Coffee, which was the one that I just opened and nearly spilled everywhere, and then this one is Pink Caviar, and I'll be a bit more careful with this one. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Hope you can see that. So pretty. And then so you get 3 of the Shimmers products in these 2 kits. I don't know if they're different every month, but these are the ones that I chose. You also get in this one these really sweet snowflakes. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, snowflakes. And look how shiny they are. And they're very silvery, which matches this, which you'll see in a moment. So that's the snowflakes that come, and they're like an acrylic, I want to say. Yeah, acrylic shape, cutout shape. And you also get a little sample pack, I guess, a little mini pack of a sequin mix. And I believe these might be exclusive to the kits. Don't quote me, but I think they are. So yeah, and this one's got a really nice mix that kind of matches, obviously matches all of this. So really pretty brown and pink, and then the dark navy, and then the white. So I really love that. So that's that one. Oh, and they all come in this sweet little baggie. I'm all about packaging and like how things come. It just makes it feel like a little present, doesn't it? So I'll pop that back in because you all know that I like to keep my things together. Just make sure that the lid's on that. So then that can just stay like that. How nice is that? And so this is the Pretty in Pink. So it's similar but different in that there was the 3 shimmers. So it comes in a pink bag, very cute. And then 3 of the pink shimmers, like paints, I'm guessing. Creamies. Yeah, 2 creamies and then just like a shimmers. So this one's called Bubblegum Blast. Oh, pretty. Sparkly. Goodness. cheeky pink. So this is very pink. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I think that's one you got to add the water to. These are actually the ones that I prefer over those ones, just as it so happens. And Berry Hot. Oh, that's nice too. I have a bunch of these, but I didn't have these two. I didn't have actually any of these colors. So I'm happy to add those to my little stash of shimmers. It also came with these cute little cutout hearts from book paper, which are cute. These little wooden sentiments that say love. These little hearts that are cut from vellum, I want to say. I really just got them for the, like, I like to add the idea of the extra little bits, but I did get them for the shimmers. And they're really reasonable. I want to say $15 US, which I thought for, even just for the 3 shimmers, to get that and to translate it to AUD is a good deal. And I think they bring them out, I think she brings them out once a month. And a little bit of twine. I'm not so sure about that. It's a bit chunky for me, but we'll see. It could be good for gift wrapping with some nice like neutral like brown paper. We'll see. But love. Can't wait to use those. So we'll put those all back in there. Now on to the brand new product that Jodie, the lovely Jodie, sent to us, all of us design team girls, and myself obviously, on Cut to Use design team. And I was excited. I am excited about this. It is called Fab Foil. And what it is an adhesive backed mylar foil. So it comes to you, I wish I had done this before I started playing, but I couldn't help myself. I just pulled it all out and then went, oh, hang on a minute, I was supposed to keep some. It comes on a sheet that's sort of, I don't want to say 6 by 12. Yeah, 6 by 12. And it's adhesive. So it peels back like a sticker. And you can use it either attached to that backing, or you can peel it off, as I have, and adhere it to whatever like smooth cardstock that you want. So I've used some marshmallow, basil smooth marshmallow. I only used that because it was the only smooth cardstock that I had in my stash. I tend to use textured cardstock, so I didn't actually have smooth cardstock, but I did have some of that. I accidentally, as it so happened, ordered some 8.5 by 11 sheets. I meant to order 12 by 12, and when they came, I was like, oh, they're 8.5 by 11. I'll never use those, and kind of put them aside and thought this is going to be the perfect way to use a couple of sheets of those up. So what you do, actually, I will put a link, there's a link, Sarah did a really fabulous tutorial video that showed you how she unstuck the sticker and then added it to her cardstock. So I'll leave a link to that. Excuse me, too much talking, oh my goodness. I'll leave a link to that. So essentially all I did was peel off the sticker and added it to my cardstock, but you do have to be a bit careful about that. It's a job that takes a little bit of patience, but it's so worth it because you end up with this, which is super shiny, like so shiny, and it's pH neutral and it's ready to do whatever you want with it. So you could put it through an embossing folder. You could use a like a die in your Sizzix machine, or you could do what us design team girls and the Cut to You girls are going to do, and you can put it through your Silhouette or Cricut. So I have just added it to my cardstock, and then when I've gone into Silhouette Studio, I've marked my sheet by 6 by 12, which is where the foil was. And then I have cut out a couple of pretty scallop banners. So I hope you can see that shine. I hope it translates because it is super, super shiny and it cuts so nicely. I have a little bit of footage actually of me cutting it out. So I'll leave that in here somewhere. But so that's it cut out. So I've cut out, this one's called Scallop Banners, and it's a bunch of different banners. And I have, yeah, just added it to my cardstock like this, and then put my cardstock as I normally would put cardstock into my silhouette machine. I did use slightly different settings. So I'm on the auto blade and I chose cardstock textured heavy 80 pound. I used a force of 30 and I did 2 passes. So I think it's really important to do the 2 passes. And I'm not sure whether Sarah used those settings either. I think I might have got them from her video, so they may be the same as hers. My cardstock's quite thick. The Basil Marshmallow cardstock is quite thick, so I might have bumped it up a little bit just to make sure. Like, I only had, you know, a couple of sheets of this, so I was a bit worried that it might not work. So I did bump it up probably, possibly a little bit more than I needed, but I wanted to be sure. So force was 30, passes was 2. I'm on the auto blade using the cardstock textured heavy 80 pound setting. And I think that's all I need to tell you about that. So what I'm going to do, actually what I have done, one moment, through the magic of, no, I've gone ahead and done this. It's not the magic of YouTube. This is just hard work. Actually, it wasn't that hard because these aren't too bad, these ones. So I've cut out a bunch and I have backed them with some pattern paper. So your little sneak peek of the type of layout that I'm going to be making in a moment. And the plan, we'll see, is to kind of layer them up somehow on my page. So we'll see how that turns out. And yeah, so I'll be back in a little moment with my other scrapbook supplies and we'll get creating. Okay, so I'm back and yes, I do have a plan for the page. I'm going to be using the Pink Fresh Studio Oh What Fun collection for this one, and it is a Christmas page actually. I just thought that the silver and the shininess of the foil would really lend itself very well to a Christmas project. And first things first, I'm just going to layer up my paper strips here. So I have gone ahead and backed them. And yeah, now I'm just going to cut them up a little bit and add them in sections in strips. I am using my T-squared ruler there just to make sure that everything is straight. If you've known me for 5 minutes, you will know that I'm a big fan of the details, the devil's in the details, and I am very particular with my pages. So yeah, so just layering up the pieces of the banners there, and I am also then, so I'm doing a section, adding a section, and then I'm taking it away and adding some stitching with my sewing machine. You can see a couple of pieces there with the stitching added. And then, yeah, so then I bring it back and then add a few more pieces, add the stitching, bring it back, add a few more pieces, and just layer it up, yeah, bit by bit, section by section, until I'm all happy with the background. Now you'll see here as well that when I'm positioning my scallop banners, I do have a plan for my photos, and that's really important so that you know where everything needs to be placed. So I've got that all locked in and sewn down. Now I'm sorry, the close-up here isn't quite as in focus as I would have liked. I think my phone was struggling just with the amount of reflection that was happening in the close-up there, because the foil is super shiny. I hope that it comes across in the videos and in the unboxing that I did earlier, because it is so shiny. It's like a mirror finish, and it's just really striking and really beautiful, and I am just loving it mixed with the pattern papers that I'm using here, and I do really love how this page turns out. I also did want to mention that I have actually made a page somewhat similar to this, especially the similar parts being the banners in the background there. I've done it with this same cut file before. It was, I'm trying to remember, I think it was like, obviously it was a layout of Caitlin. From memory it was either for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, but it was like a very feminine girly page. But I've also done it for, with, what are they? Border punches. So instead of using a cut file, I've actually just grabbed a bunch of paper scraps and my border punches and punched out a bunch of border strips and then layered those up and sewn along the top edges of those. So yes, I have done this before, and I didn't really worry too much about that because I knew that I was working with something new. So I have mentioned it in the past, where if I'm working with a new technique or a new supply of something or trying something new and different, I will only do one new thing at a time. So if I tried, like, for example, for me, if I tried like a new mixed media technique and then the new foil and then, I don't know, some other new supply, I personally would get very overwhelmed by that. And I found in the past that my pages haven't come together as easily or as quickly, and generally the whole process has been quite painful. So I've kind of made a bit of a rule for myself that when I'm working with something new, I'm only kind of allowed to use one new thing per layout. So because I hadn't worked with the foil before, it was quite new to me. And in fact, I haven't really cut much other than cardstock with my silhouette. I just decided that that would be the new thing. And I would stay true then with my other parts of the page. I would stay true to things that I knew would work, things that I had done before that were tried and tested, and it would just eliminate some stress and worry from the creating process. I hope that makes sense. So for this page, once I had figured out the settings and the foil and getting that cut in my silhouette, that was the hard part done. It was really just a matter then of going through my normal creative process to make the page. And I definitely recommend doing that because you get the best of both worlds. You get to try new things and new ideas, but then you also get the security and that comfort from creating in a way that you usually create. Oh yes, now I want to mention here too that I end up adding the enamel snowflakes there. They do make it on the page. You don't see them added to the page because I added them actually the following morning. So I had finished recording and quite late, and I had come back the next morning and had another look at the page and really wanted to include them. They're really pretty and they just matched the foil so well. And I live in Queensland, so we don't get a lot of snow, so there's not a lot of need for snowy kind of elements on my pages. So Christmas pages is probably the only exception to that, where I know, yes, it doesn't snow here at Christmas, but it's kind of like the Christmas vibe and I can get away with it. So I was really keen to get them on this page, and I'm so glad I pushed through that and found homes for them. You'll get to see those in the close-up images at the end of the video. Now, as I've been chatting away, I have been finding homes for all of my bits and pieces. I am really just going with the flow of the page, so top left to bottom right, very simple kind of, no rule of three or visual triangle really. I guess in a way the blue elements could be it, so that top right hand blue element above Caitlin's head there, the one on the left there, and then the blue one down beside the stocking. So I guess that's my rule of three visual triangle. But yeah, I was really just thinking about the flow from the top left to the bottom right for this one. And I've just added like a bunch of elements, so puffy stickers, die cut pieces, chipboard elements, and instead of enamel dots, for this one I'm going to use obviously the coordinating sequins, because why not? And they're really a perfect match. The blue in the sequin mix is the perfect match to the blue in the collection, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, I'm just going to mix and match them. I'm going to place them all, and then once I'm happy with all of their position, I'll go back with my Scotch quick dry adhesive and glue them all down. They really are a lovely way to round out and finish off a layout, and they're so inexpensive. Like when you compare them to, say, a packet of enamel dots and how many you get in an enamel dot pack, compared to a little packet of sequins, they just go such a long way. And I do like their little bit of sparkle that they add, especially to a layout like this one. Now I'm also wondering, have you ever cut something other than pattern paper or cardstock in your electronic cutting machine? So those of you who have silhouettes or crickets or scan and cuts, let me know in the comments, have you been brave and tried to cut other things such as maybe chipboard or maybe even some of the vinyl decals? Have you ever tried that? Because I have not. So this was my first go at doing anything that wasn't a straight pattern paper or cardstock, and I'm so glad I gave it a go because it really wasn't anywhere near as complicated as I thought it might be, and the results are really worth it because it is such a striking thing to add to your page. I really do love this page. Let me know below, and if you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, be sure to give me a thumbs up or subscribe to this video to see more. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!